Michael Jordan thought he knew hard work until he met Maria Santos. Every night after Bulls games, while Michael was celebrating victories or nursing defeats, Maria was in that same arena fighting a battle that made basketball look like child's play. What she was secretly doing with her cleaning job salary and the sacrifice she was making that nobody knew about will completely change how you think about strength, determination, and what people will do for love. This isn't just about a cleaning lady and a basketball star. This is about a woman who turned the hardest job in the building into her most important mission. And when you find out what Maria Santos was really fighting for during those late-night hours at the United Center and what it cost her, you'll understand that some heroes don't wear jerseys or get standing ovations. Maria Santos started working the night shift at the United Center in 1991, the same year Michael Jordan led the Bulls to their first championship. While most of Chicago was celebrating, Maria was mopping floors, emptying trash cans, and cleaning up after 20,000 fans who'd just watched history being made. Maria was 42 years old, a single mother who'd immigrated from El Salvador 15 years earlier. She'd taken the cleaning job because it paid better than the factory work she'd been doing, and because the night schedule meant she could be home when her daughter Sophia got ready for school in the morning. But here's what nobody at the United Center knew. Maria wasn't just working to pay rent and buy groceries. She was working to save a life. Sophia Santos was 19 years old and had been accepted to Northwestern University's pre-med program. She was brilliant, hardworking, and determined to become a doctor so she could help other immigrant families who struggled to navigate the American healthcare system. The problem was money. Even with financial aid, Sophia needed $40,000 a year to cover tuition, books, housing, and living expenses. Maria's cleaning job paid $28,000 annually. The math didn't work, so Maria Santos made a decision that would define the next 6 years of her life. She took on a second job cleaning office buildings downtown, working from 6 p.m. to midnight, then rushing to the United Center to work from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m., 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also, her daughter could have the opportunities Maria had never had. Every single night, Maria would arrive at the United Center exhausted from her first job, but determined to do her second job perfectly. She'd change into her uniform, gather her supplies, and begin the methodical process of cleaning one of the biggest arenas in the country. Maria had a system. She'd start with the luxury boxes, where the cleanup was easier because the corporate guests were generally neat. Then she'd move to the regular concourses, the bathrooms, and finally the arena floor itself. The work was physically brutal. Maria was on her feet for 6 straight hours, lifting heavy bags of trash, pushing industrial cleaning equipment, scrubbing surfaces that seemed to get dirty again the moment she finished cleaning them. But the hardest part wasn't the physical labor. The hardest part was the loneliness. The United Center at 3 a.m. was a ghost town. Most of the maintenance crew worked during the day. The security guards were stationed at the entrances, not wandering the halls. For hours at a time, Maria would be completely alone with her thoughts, her aching body, and the photos of Sophia she kept in her cleaning cart to remind herself why she was doing this. That's when she'd usually see Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was famous for staying late after games. While his teammates went out to celebrate or went home to rest, Michael would often remain in the arena, watching game film, working out, or just thinking about the next game. Maria would see him in the hallways, sometimes still in his Bulls uniform, sometimes in street clothes. He was always polite, always acknowledged her with a nod or a quiet good evening, but they never really talked. From Maria's perspective, Michael Jordan was everything she was working toward for Sophia. He was successful, respected, financially secure. He had opportunities Maria could only dream of, and he'd achieved it all through talent and hard work, the same combination Maria was hoping would carry Sophia to success. From Michael's perspective, Maria was just part of the arena's infrastructure, a hardworking woman doing a necessary job, but not someone whose story he thought much about. That changed on a Thursday night in March 1996. Michael had stayed late to work on his free throws. The Bulls were heading into the playoffs, and he wanted to make sure every aspect of his game was perfect. It was almost 3:30 a.m. when he finally decided to call it a night. As he walked toward the parking garage, Michael heard something that stopped him in his tracks. Someone was crying. He followed the sound and found Maria Santos sitting on the floor in a maintenance closet, sobbing into her hands. "Ma'am, are you okay?" Michael asked gently. Maria looked up, startled and embarrassed. "Mr. Jordan, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I should get back to work." "Wait," Michael said, sitting down on a nearby crate. "What's wrong? Are you hurt?" Maria wiped her eyes with her uniform sleeve. "No, I'm not hurt. I'm just tired. It's 3:30 in the morning. Of course you're tired." Maria almost smiled at that. Something about the way she said it made Michael pay attention. This wasn't just someone having a bad day at work. This was someone carrying a weight he couldn't see. "Can you tell me what's going on?" Maria hesitated. She'd never talked to anyone at work about her personal life. But something about sitting on the floor of a closet at 3:30 a.m. with the most famous athlete in the world made her feel like maybe it was okay to be honest. "My daughter Sophia is in college, Northwestern. She wants to be a doctor." "That's great. You must be proud." "I am. But I'm also scared." "Scared of what?" Maria took a shaky breath. "Scared I can't keep up. The tuition, the expenses. I work 2 jobs, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm still barely making it." Michael felt something twist in his stomach. 2 jobs. "I clean office buildings downtown from 6 to midnight, then I come here until 7 in the morning. I've been doing it for 5 years. When do you sleep?" 8 to 3 in the afternoon, when Sophia's at school. Sometimes I get a few hours on Sunday morning if she's studying. Michael was quiet, trying to process what he was hearing. This woman was working 126 hours a week to pay for her daughter's education. "Maria, that's incredible and unsustainable. I know, my body's breaking down, my back hurts constantly, my feet are swollen all the time, and I can barely stay awake during the day anymore." Maria's voice broke again. "But Sophia's in her junior year. She's so close to finishing. She's got the best grades in her program, and she's already been accepted to medical school. I just need to hold on for 2 more years. What happens if you can't? Then she'll have to drop out, take out massive loans that she'll never be able to pay back, give up on becoming a doctor and settle for something that pays the bills." Maria looked directly at Michael. "Mr. Jordan, Sophia could save lives. She could help families like ours get the medical care they need, but only if I can keep her in school. So I clean toilets and mop floors and empty trash cans, and I'll keep doing it until either she graduates or my body gives out completely." Michael Jordan had always prided himself on understanding hard work. He'd practiced for hours every day since he was a teenager. He'd pushed his body to its limits, played through injuries, and sacrificed social opportunities to focus on basketball. But listening to Maria Santos talk about working 126 hours a week to pay for her daughter's education, Michael realized he'd never really understood sacrifice at all. "Maria, how long have you been doing this?" 5 years. "And you've never missed a night?" "Not once. Sometimes I'm so tired I can barely stand, but I come to work anyway, because every shift is money towards Sophia's tuition." Michael was quiet for a long moment. "What does Sophia think about this?" "She doesn't know about the second job. She thinks I just work here at the arena. I leave for downtown while she's sleeping and get back before she wakes up." "Why don't you tell her?" "Because she'd make me stop. She'd drop out of school and get a job to help pay bills. And I won't let her sacrifice her future because I'm tired." Maria wiped her eyes again. "Mr. Jordan, I watch you play sometimes when I'm cleaning the upper levels during games. You never give up, no matter how far behind you are, no matter how much the other team wants to beat you. That's how I think about this job. Sophia's education is my championship, and I'm going to win it." Michael Jordan went home that night and couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about Maria Santos, working 2 jobs, destroying her health, all so her daughter could become a doctor. He thought about his own mother, who'd worked multiple jobs to support her family when Michael was young. He thought about all the advantages he'd had: natural talent, good coaches, opportunities that came his way because of his athletic ability. Most of all, he thought about what real strength looked like. It wasn't making game-winning shots or leading comebacks. It was a 47-year-old woman cleaning toilets at 3 a.m. because she believed in her daughter's dreams. The next day, Michael called his financial advisor. "I need you to set up a scholarship. Full ride, tuition, books, housing, everything." "For which school?" "Northwestern University, pre-med program. And I need it to be anonymous. How much are we talking about?" "Whatever it costs. And I want it to be renewable through medical school, if the student maintains good grades." "What should we call it?" Michael thought for a moment. "The Santos Family Scholarship." 2 weeks later, Maria Santos received a call that she thought was a mistake. "Mrs. Santos, this is Dr. Jennifer Rodriguez from Northwestern University's financial aid office. I'm calling about your daughter Sophia." Maria's heart sank. "Is she in trouble? Are her grades okay?" "Oh no, Mrs. Santos. Sophia's grades are excellent. I'm calling with good news. Sophia has been selected to receive the Santos Family Scholarship." "I'm sorry, what scholarship?" "It's a new scholarship for pre-med students who demonstrate both academic excellence and financial need. It covers full tuition, books, housing, and living expenses through undergraduate and medical school." Maria sat down heavily. "How much money are we talking about?" "Approximately $300,000 over the next 6 years. Maria dropped the phone. When she picked it up again, Dr. Rodriguez was still talking. "The scholarship is renewable as long as Sophia maintains her current academic performance, which shouldn't be a problem given her track record." Dr. Rodriguez, who created this scholarship. I'm afraid that information is confidential. The donor wishes to remain anonymous. That night, Maria Santos went to work at the United Center for what she thought would be one of her last shifts. She was planning to quit her downtown job immediately and reduce her hours at the arena so she could finally get some rest. She found Michael Jordan waiting for her in the hallway. "Maria, I heard Sophia got some good news about a scholarship." Maria stared at him. "How did you? It was you. I don't know what you're talking about." "Mr. Jordan, it was you. The Santos Family Scholarship. You created it." Michael smiled. "Maria, there are a lot of people named Santos in Chicago. Could have been anyone." Maria started crying. "Why? Why would you do that?" "Because you showed me what a real champion looks like. You've been playing the hardest game imaginable for 5 years, and you never quit. That's more impressive than anything I've ever done on a basketball court. I can't accept this. It's too much." "Maria, do you remember what you told me about Sophia becoming a doctor? About helping families like yours?" "Yes." "Then this isn't charity. This is an investment. In Sophia, in the families she'll help, in the difference she'll make in the world." Michael paused. "Besides, you've been cleaning up after my messes for 5 years. This is the least I can do." Maria hugged Michael, crying into his shoulder. "Thank you. Thank you for giving me my life back." "No, Maria. Thank you for showing me what sacrifice really means." Sophia Santos graduated from Northwestern with highest honors in 1998. She went on to complete medical school and became a pediatrician specializing in immigrant health issues. Today, she runs a clinic on Chicago's South Side that provides healthcare to families who can't afford traditional medical care. Maria Santos was able to quit her second job and reduce her hours at the United Center. She stayed there for another 10 years, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. The arena had become a symbol of hope for her family. Michael Jordan never took credit for the scholarship publicly, but Maria knew, and she made sure Sophia knew too. "Mr. Jordan saw me at my lowest point," Maria told her daughter years later, "but he didn't see someone to pity. He saw someone fighting for something important." That's the kind of person you want to be, Sophia. Someone who sees the best in people, even when they can't see it in themselves. The Santos Family Scholarship didn't end with Sophia. Michael Jordan was so moved by Maria's story that he expanded the program, creating scholarships for children of service workers, janitors, cleaning crews, cafeteria workers, security guards. Over the past 25 years, the program has helped more than 200 students attend college, with 89% graduating and many going on to advanced degrees in medicine, law, education, and social work. "Maria taught me something that changed how I think about success," Michael explains. "Real success isn't about what you achieve for yourself, it's about what you make possible for others." The scholarship program has become one of Michael's most important philanthropic efforts, but he still insists on keeping the donations anonymous. "These families don't need to know who's helping them," Michael says. "They need to know that someone believes in their dreams." Michael Jordan and Maria Santos maintained a friendship long after their late-night encounter in the maintenance closet. Michael would often check in on Maria and Sophia, celebrating milestones and offering support during difficult times. When Sophia graduated from medical school in 2002, Michael was in the audience. When she opened her clinic in 2008, Michael was the first donor. When Maria retired from the United Center in 2006, Michael threw her a party. "Mr. Jordan became like family to us," Sophia says now. "Not because he helped with my education, but because he saw my mother's strength and honored it. He treated us with dignity and respect from day one." Maria has a different perspective. "Michael saved my daughter's future, but more than that, he validated my sacrifice. For 5 years, I felt like I was killing myself for nothing. Michael showed me that my work mattered, that my love for Sophia was worth something." Today, Maria Santos is 74 years old and lives in a comfortable apartment near Sophia's clinic. She volunteers with immigrant families, helping them navigate healthcare and education systems. Michael Jordan still credits his encounter with Maria as one of the most important moments of his life. "I thought I knew what hard work was," Michael reflects. "Practicing basketball for 6 hours a day seemed like dedication, but Maria was working 18 hours a day, destroying her body, just so her daughter could have opportunities. That's not just hard work, that's love in action." Meeting Maria changed how I think about everything. Success, sacrifice, what it means to be strong. She showed me that real champions aren't always the ones getting applause. Sometimes they're the ones cleaning up after the applause ends. The story of Maria Santos reminds us that heroism doesn't always look like what we expect. It doesn't always wear a uniform or get recognition. Sometimes it looks like a tired woman mopping floors at 3 a.m. because she believes in her daughter's dreams. Every night when I cleaned that arena, Maria says now, I would think about Sophia in her classroom, studying to become a doctor. That image kept me going when my body wanted to quit. Love gives you strength you didn't know you had. Here's what Michael Jordan wants everyone to know about Maria Santos. She taught me that the most important victories happen in private, when no one's watching, when there's no crowd cheering, when you're just doing what needs to be done, because someone you love is counting on you. Maria never asked for help, never complained, never gave up. She just kept working, night after night, because she believed her daughter was worth the sacrifice. That's what real strength looks like. Sophia Santos has treated thousands of patients in her career, many of them children from immigrant families like her own. Every patient she helps is a testament to her mother's sacrifice and to the stranger who believed their dreams were worth investing in. I became a doctor because my mother worked 18-hour days for 5 years, Sophia says, and I stay a doctor because I know there are other Marias out there, making impossible sacrifices for their children's futures. This is how I honor that sacrifice. If this story moves you, remember that there are Maria Santos everywhere, people making incredible sacrifices for others, often in complete anonymity. The single mothers working multiple jobs to pay for their children's education. The fathers driving rideshares all night to afford school supplies. The grandparents depleting their savings to help their grandchildren go to college. These people don't need pity. They need recognition. They need support. And sometimes they need someone to see their sacrifice and help them carry the load. The cleaning lady Michael Jordan met every night wasn't just keeping the arena clean. She was building a future, one night shift at a time. And sometimes when we're lucky enough to really see the people around us, we discover that the greatest champions aren't always the ones in the spotlight. Maria Santos turned the night shift into the most important job in the building. She turned sacrifice into love in action. And she proved that some battles are won not in front of thousands of cheering fans, but in the quiet hours when heroes do what heroes do. They keep going no matter what. That's the kind of strength that changes the world, one dream at a time.